Okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. 2018 is here. What will it bring? Opportunity. Every day of the coming year will be filled with opportunity and possibilities. Every day will give you a chance to make your life count, to make a difference, to grow, to learn, to achieve, to be the person you were meant to be. Today you stand at the threshold of a new year, a blank slate ready to be filled by you. The new year makes no promises, has no guarantees other than this. Every day will be filled with challenges and opportunities. It is up to you to recognize the opportunities, to see the possibilities, and to overcome the challenges. And by doing so, your life and the world around you will be enriched. You don't have to wish for a happy new year. You have the power to make it a truly happy year, a year of fulfillment and accomplishment for you, a year that will lead to many other great years. It doesn't seem that long ago we ushered in 2017, and 2019 is already looming on the horizon. Time is precious, and we cannot save it up. We must use it as it comes. Climb aboard 2018 and hold on. Keep your eyes open. There's opportunity around every bend. Have fun. It's going to be a great ride. That's by Ralph Marston. Thank you.
That was especially good, Tammy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're now on to our, thank you, something like that. You can move the whole stand. We're great. How great are we? How great thou art. That's not the hymn. Our hymn is the song for the New Year. It's on page 72 of your hymnal. And we're going to do all 3 verses, I believe. Rick, is that true? All right, thank you. 72.
We're just going to wait just a minute, okay?
Yep.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Well, as you know, this is the time of New Year. Tomorrow will be a new day, a new year. And with it comes a celebration and smiles and laughter this evening.
Sit down.
And in that vein and in that thought, I want to share this little story with you. There was a mother, and she had two small little boys, and they were all boy, if you know what I mean. She was always getting into trouble. And one of them had gotten sick, and it was Sunday. So the mother said, well, I'll just take my other son with me. We'll go to church and leave one at home. So she took the boy to church with her, and they were sitting in the church pew, and he was just awful. He was just squirming and interrupting people around him and so forth. And well, she was beside herself. So after the service, she thought, I'm going to take him to talk to the minister. That's what I'm going to do. So she took him in, spoke to the minister, and the minister said, sure, step into my office. So they went into the office. And then the minister set the boy down on the chair and looked at him only as a minister could say, son, where is God? And the boy just sat there. Son, where is God? Well, with that, he got up and ran out of the room and ran to his house and opened his brother's door and ran in and said, Johnny, Johnny, God is missing. And you think we did it. Last week was our Christmas Eve service. And as the lights dimmed in here and the candles were lit, it reminded me of how much we are like a flame into life, how we are a candle unto others. And so I wanted to speak about this just a moment with our Bible verse today. In Matthew 5:15 it says, nor does anyone light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. You see, we are like that light, we are like that candle unto others, we at this church. And someone wrote something, it was written by an amateur, nothing very professional about it, but I like the wording, I like the simplicity of it. All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of a single candle. Don't let anyone dim your light. Your light is worth shining. You've heard better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Don't feel bad if people remember you only when you need, or when they need you. Feel privileged that you are like a candle that comes to their minds when there is darkness. Take your candle, and light the world. Again in Matthew 5:14, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. You're a light into the world. We now say the statement of being with me. It's in the orders of service. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and I am ever one with His perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
This is actually a John Lennon Christmas song, but it's also a Happy New Year song, and it's my wish for peace and health and prosperity and love for all of you. And sing along if you know it. So this is Christmas. What have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun. So this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. Very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. So this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, rich and the poor ones. The world is so wrong. So happy Christmas, for black and for white, for yellow and red ones, let's stop all the fight. Very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. So this is Christmas. What have we done? Another year over, a new one just begun. So happy Christmas. We hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now is the time in our service for our healing prayer, our healing meditation. It's the favorite time of the service for me. I don't know if others feel that way. It's that time where we get to go within and commune with our Father and Mother God. I invite you now to just get comfortable in your seat. Remembering to breathe, let the breath in. What a Christmas we had. The birth of Jesus was celebrated in church and in homes everywhere, in hearts. And as we recognize that, we realize how much our communion with God means to us. We turn to God with our cares, our troubles, our toils. Turn it over now, my friend. Turn it over now, beloved. I'm not going to talk so much as I'm just going to ask you to take 3 to 4 minutes right now and talk to God in your own way in this coming silence now. ask that you gently bring yourself back to the room. With our heart having been touched, the mind may be calmed. Giving rejoice to the health of others for a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season. Beloved, we say in unison, Amen.
Amen.
And now that we're in a prayerful moment, will you cite the Lord's Prayer with me? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed is thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Thou givest us this day our daily bread. Thou forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Thou leadest us not into temptation, but dost deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, forever. Well, now is the time to take that Christmas tree down and to put the wreaths up for the year. Now is the time. And somehow when you undo the string of lights, you've got to get them twisted so that they'll be hard to get out next year. That has to be done. It's also a time of resolutions. I know that 42% of people make New Year's resolutions. And it said 44% don't keep them. The primary New Year's resolutions are, I want to eat better, I want to work out at the gym, and I want to spend more time with my family. Those are the three primary ones. I noticed Ivanka Trump last week said her main objective, her main resolution is to sleep more. Well, that would probably be good. With this new year comes a lot of newness. And I have to apologize to my male cohorts in here because I know this. Meghan Markle will be married May the 19th. In St. Andrew's Church in Windsor's Castle. And talk about someone who's going to have a lot of new things in her life, Meghan will. I think she'll be dubbed the Princess of Sussex. Now once she becomes a royal, she'll lose her last name. The royals have no last name. She'll be under security constantly. She'll have to give up her acting career. You know, she was an actress on Suits. She can no longer sign autographs. A royal can't take selfies. That would hurt a lot of us there. There's a lot of newness she has to undergo. There's when the Queen is eating, and when the Queen finishes eating, everyone is through. And she'll have to learn that Christmas is not celebrated on Christmas Day with the royals. It's celebrated on Christmas Eve. The reason being, they've been going to the same church since the 1500s on Christmas Day. She'll learn, and all the women in the royals have to learn to pack that little black dress. It's for just in case. A lot of newness. And one other thing. She'll no longer be able to play the board game Monopoly. It has been banned from the royal household. Prince Philip banned it years ago. There must have been a huge disagreement. But the board game Monopoly is no longer played by the royals. She'll have a lot of newness to undergo. And I was also thinking about new for us. In John 3, Jesus says, "Truly, truly, I say unto you, unless you are born again, you cannot enter into the kingdom of God." Let me say that again. "Truly, truly, I say unto you, unless you are born again, you cannot enter into the kingdom of God." Well, I do know that in many religions, being born again is one of their marks, one of their rituals. Like in the Baptists, I do know that, I used to be a Baptist, and I do know that you practice baptismal, where you are submerged in water and then lifted up, and then supposedly you have a new life. You're washed, you're free, you're a new person. But being from divine science and the thinking man, thinking woman's religion, we don't adhere to these particular beliefs. To be born again, or the birth in divine science, refers to the revelation and the realization of the truth. Truly, truly, I say to you, realize the truth. Well, the truth is, we hear week after week after week, God is omnipresent. And sometimes we hear it so much we forget how important that is. God is omnipresent. This divine spirit, this divine substance, is within every cell of our body. You know, we hear the phrase, "God is all," and all is God. That's true. That's so true. Truly, truly, I say to you, realize the truth. We were created in the image of God. Oh, I don't mean this outward appearance, this skin, these eyes, this hair, but deep, deep, deep within us, that soul part of us. You're created in the image of God. Carl Sagan once said, the great astrophysicist once said, "We are all nothing but stardust." That's what we are. Truly, truly, I say unto you, realize the truth. You've inherited all of God's inheritances. Knowledge, compassion, acceptance, friendships, smiles. That is our true nature. That is our true birth. That is our true newness. Now, moving away from this, if we really want to make be one of the 42% that says, "I want to make a resolution," I thought, well, at least I ought to hit these 4 points for us, these 4 nuggets about change and about how we change. First, change is a process. You know, you don't go to bed one day, wake up, and I'm changed. Now, we know Saul, that happened to Saul, but it doesn't happen very often or very frequent. Change is a process. You've seen that butterfly that can fly on the updraft of winds with those beautiful wings, translucent with all the colors in them. Remember, that butterfly came from a caterpillar. Change is just a process. Number 2, examine yourself. Do a good personal examination of who you really are. A word of caution. We don't take this opportunity to do self-deprecation. We don't run ourselves down on this. When we examine ourselves, we do it lovingly and gently. To take a thorough examination of who you are. Don't do it harshly. Do it gently and lovingly, as you would to a friend. Thirdly, determine what you want to change about yourself. Well, I'm going to give you a hint. If you've examined yourself and you found out, well, you know, I'm a little bit of an introvert. When you determine what you want to change about yourself, don't say, well, I'm going to go out and go to parties all year. No. Take the little steps. If you're an introvert, look at yourself and say, well, I'm going to try to reach out and say hello to more people this year. It's something I can really do. I'm going to try to make a friend this year. So when we've examined ourselves, then we determine what we want to change, but we do it, there again, gently and with love. And number 4, you got to keep track. Got to keep score. I suggest you keep a journal. Keep a journal where you are. Daily, weekly. But in this journal, don't filter it. Write your thoughts, how you're feeling. Be true with it. And that way you can see where you've come from and where you're going. Keep that journal. You know, we've talked about newness today. Tomorrow's a new day, a new year. And I want to mention someone to you. Some of you might know her name. But if you don't, you soon will. At some point in your life, hear this name. Her name is Simone Askew, A-S-K-E-W. She's only 21 years old. We can be proud. She's a Virginian. She grew up in Fairfax County. She's African American. Her mother is white. Her father is black. They're divorced. And her mother, when she was small, she said, you know, with my daughter, I want to teach her about leadership. I wanted her to be a leader. So to her mother's credit, when Simone was like 6 or 7, she would load her in the car, and they would drive up to Annapolis, Maryland, to the Naval Academy to watch the cadets march out on the field at the games. I want to teach my daughter how to be a leader, to see what really matters. Well, this must have taken Simone because she's done very well. And in high school, Simone, she decided, well, she's quite an athlete. She was a basketball player, a volleyball player, and also soccer. And she swam for 1 year, but she said, I gave that up because I don't like individual sports. I like to do it collectively, all together. And she said, I learned an important lesson in high school sports. It was the last game in volleyball. They were playing for the state championship. And she said, I was ready, and I got scared. My temperament wasn't right. I got scared. And the ball came to me, and I flubbed it. We didn't win the state championship. And she said, from that point on, I'll never let that happen again. I'll always be prepared. I'll have the right temperament. And you're going to hear about Simone later in life. She took an appointment. She could have gone to either one. She took an appointment. She could have gone to the Naval Academy or West Point. She was that good. She chose West Point. She said, I didn't want to major in engineering or mathematics like they do at the Naval Academy. I wanted the humanities. So she went to West Point. She's a female, African American at West Point. This year, she was nominated to be first captain at West Point. What's that mean? Well, she's the first female to ever hold that position. She's the first female African American to ever hold that position. She's first captain. She is in charge of all 4,400 cadets. She leads them in all their marches, all their drills, all their training. She is the liaison between the commandant and the students or the cadets. She's the first captain. And I will give you something else about her so you'll know how important this position is. Right now there's a serving United States Army general, 4-star general in charge of troops in Afghanistan. His name is Johnson. He was the first captain. There's another United States Army 4-star general, I don't know his name, but he was the first captain. The great Douglas MacArthur of World War II era, he was the first captain. Oh, she's going to go far. She's going to go real far. Matter of fact, this past year, she was chosen in the U.S. They take 32 graduates, and they say, we're going to invite you to be a Rhodes Scholar. You can stay in Oxford next year. And she's been chosen as a Rhodes Scholar. From Little Fairfax, Virginia. You'll know this name, Simone Askew. And I was so privileged to hear her interview when they interviewed her. And here's what she said. She said, I do not want to be known as the first female first captain or the first female African-American first captain. I want to be known as the best. I want to be known as the best, that y'all would follow me anywhere. And they said, well, how do you do this? What is it behind you that does this? And here's the key. She said, I'm a servant leader. I thought, wow. She's a servant leader. That's who I want to be. This next year, we all have 365 days. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And we all have the same 1,440 minutes within that 24 hours. But I think we should strive this year to be more like Simone. I think we should strive to be servant leaders, to bring everyone along with us, to make each of us better as a group. That's who we should be. Beloved, I'll tell you, our country needs us this year. Our state needs us this year. Our church needs us this year. Our families need us this year. We need each other this year. Will you go with him now, with me? Oh, Father, thank you for touching my heart with that message that we should all be Simones, striving to bring others along with us. Thank you, Father, for this music that we've enjoyed, for these few minutes of that 1,440 minutes. It is in Christ's nature. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Dad. This is a song I wrote called Take a Chance, and I chose it because with any new change, with any new year, if you want to fulfill your dreams, you have to take a chance. And that's what I encourage all of you to do. Whatever you want to accomplish this year, be brave, be courageous, and emulate that change and help other people along too. It's lonely and it's scary up here on the stage, and you're not sure about your circumstance, but you're suffocating over there in your cage, and the only way out is to take a chance. So take a chance. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Oh, that's how the Spirit learns how to dance. You never know if you don't take a chance. It's a long way down, and you're likely to fall if you spread out your wings and try to fly. But more tragic are the wings that don't fly at all, and the longing of the heart that doesn't try. So take a chance. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Oh, that's how the Spirit learns how to dance. You never know if you don't take a chance. It's the call you never made, it's those words you never said, it's that dream you didn't dare make come true. And you might fall and get hurt if you step off the ledge, and you might fall into a happier you. So take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Oh, that's how the Spirit learns how to dance. You never know if you don't take a chance. So take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Oh, that's how the Spirit learns how to dance. You never know if you don't take a chance. Oh, that's how the Spirit learns how to dance. You never know if you don't take a chance. You never know if you don't take a chance. Just so you know, that song's on my new CD. I have copies with me. And if you want to have it digitally, it's released tomorrow for the new year. So, you guys.
All right. Joy just said it best. We all need to take a chance now with our contributions to the church. Please, if the usher could bring the baskets up. And repeat along with me. The blessing of the gifts. It should be in your order of service if you don't know it. Together now with feeling. Today, I acknowledge God omnipresent as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept His will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to His flow of abundance right now. I joyfully accept the gift of life, give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God present, blesses and multiplies this gift for all. Thank you, dear God. You go ahead.
Here's our prayer basket. If you recall, we say prayers for people during the week, and these are names that have been put in here, and it blesses us as well as the person we pray for. I invite you to take one if you wish.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to try to make these announcements really short. First off, we are having our New Year's Eve get-together tonight at 6:30, so bring a snack and whatever else you want to drink, and come at 6:30, and we'll play some games or play music or whatever we're going to do and have a good time for up to about 9 or 9:30. Somebody said, we'll stay up till 12. I said, we're gone way before then. So anyhow, come out and have a good time. I know it's cold, but it's always good for us to come out and have a good time, especially around the holidays. So please do that. Also, if you bought a poinsettia, I think there's 4 or 5 left. There's one here, and there's 4 in there, 3 in there. So if you paid for one, please take them home today, because if not, they will be disposed of next week. So make sure that you pick up your poinsettia. Also, tomorrow, I know is New Year's Day, but we're going to take down the Christmas tree, as Doug said, it needs to be done. So we're going to, anybody that's willing to help, we'll be here about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It won't take us as long to take it down as it did to put it up. So please come and help us do that, and we'll have that all out of the way for until next Christmas. I passed around the flower calendar for 2018. So please sign up if you will to sponsor some flowers. They're $20. You can give them to yourself or give them to somebody else. It's always a nice little gift to give for that. Also, directly after the prayer today, anybody that wants to leave, please feel free to do so, or just go next door and have coffee or whatever. We're going to have a short congregational meeting. It's something that we have to do. We have to do it twice a year, so it's going to be very short. For anybody that doesn't want to stay, just please go next door and have coffee or whatever until we get over there. So, did you have anything, Marita? And I know Nancy's going to start a class in January, but we'll announce that next week. Do you have anything?
Spiritual psychology,
The 22nd?
starting the 22nd, Monday night class. So in spiritual psychology, which is a class in the series of the divine science classes from the school. So it should be fun and interesting.
Okay. All right, so other than that, let's see.
Drum roll, please. I have the pleasure of introducing the final hymn of the year. Let there be love on earth. I have this as number 9 in the hymnal. Huh?
That's what I have.
Oh, good. I'm glad that we're on the same page. And we sing the whole thing. It's just one stanza throughout. Number 9.